name is Sean. I'm a team leader at Southend Airport in the cargo department. We're going to be going over fire awareness and safety training, just the basics so that you know if you're going to be starting work here, what you're going to need to know about safety awareness. So the aims are to gain knowledge in understanding and the awareness of fire, to be able to react correctly in the event of a fire, and be able to explain how fires can be prevented. My objective is that by the end of this lecture you will have an understanding of the triangle of combustion, assembly points, extinguishers, fire procedures, impaired mobility, emergency numbers. So the Regulatory Reform Fire Safety Order 2005, so this is the legislation that requires all employees and any workplace must have fire risks that are identified and controlled. A fire risk assessment is to be completed and reviewed regularly, or if anything within the workplace changes. And findings are implemented so far as is reasonably practicable. All the content from this slideshow was sourced from Southend Airport Fire and Rescue. So this here is a picture of the air livery in 2017. I was actually part of Essex Fire Brigades who got called to this. So there was a cleaning product that was overused on the floor, and then an ignition source, which I still don't know what it was. But basically it caused hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of damage, and it blazed for over 24 hours. So, fire needs three things to exist. Does anybody have any idea what they are?
Air.
Three things. So oxygen, yeah, air. Two more.
Something that to ignite it.
So a heat source, okay, and last of all,
Fuel.
Fuel. That's it. So that is your fire triangle. Fuel, oxygen, and heat. Okay, so can anyone give me any examples of what a fuel might be?
Barbecue gas.
So which is a...
Gas. Flammable gas.
Yes, so it's a chemical, a flammable chemical. Anything else? Got chemicals, anything else?
Paper.
Petrol. Was that? Oh no, does that
So,
come under?
yeah, that would come under a chemical.
Okay.
So think, what do you have in bottles sometimes? Big bottles at caravan sites, what are they? Gases.
Propane gas.
So gases, that's it. So anything else?
Wood.
Oh,
Plastics?
wood, yeah.
What about electric?
So yeah, electrics will be in there. So paper and cardboard, we have a lot of that at the centre warehouse. We have bales and bales, some weighing, you know, 1/4 of a tonne of cardboard, and we have hundreds of these bales all stacked up against each other. If there was a fire in there, no chance. So that's why we have precautions set in place. So wood is also a fuel. If you think about anything like that, anything that will burn is a fuel. Fabrics, so chairs, so like the chairs that you're sitting on would be classed as a fuel. So oxygen is a natural component of air, 21%. Now, enriched atmospheres, things like labs or oxygen storage places, obviously going to have a higher oxygen input. So can anyone think of a situation where if you were fighting a fire, you wouldn't have control over the amount of oxygen? So I think, really simply...
A liquid oxygen beer.
No, because that would come under an enriched atmosphere. So think, where would you be where you cannot control how much oxygen there is?
Outside.
Outside, perfect. So, outdoors. Automatic ventilation systems as well, and open doors or windows. So the fire needs the oxygen. So if there was a fire in this room and all the windows were closed, as soon as you opened a window, you're enriching the fire with oxygen, it's going to get worse. So what about heat sources or ignition sources? Anyone give me any of those? Think about how would you start a fire?
Match.
Match. That's it. So, what about an oven? A heating appliance. Some people still have those electric fires that they plug in over Christmas time. I know my nan still has one, she swears by it, but that is incredibly dangerous. So computer equipment. So, you know, your laptop, you leave it on charge. Say you go out for the weekend, you don't come back for a couple of days, but you've left your laptop on charge. How hot is that thing going to be by the time you get home? So, other electrical equipment. So if you think about if you went down Bovingdon Market and you bought yourself a knockoff phone charger, those things haven't been correctly put together. And I don't know if you've heard stories like the vape chargers blowing up. You know, the really simple things. So smoking materials, so a cigarette. Simple ignition source. Contractors' equipment. So we have to think about this in the workplace. You might have someone from outside, a builder, someone coming in, and they're going to be using heating equipment, especially if you have someone like welders. And if they're not aware of the risks within the building, they might go off, start using their welding equipment, not knowing that the other side of that wall is 50 tonnes of cardboard that only takes one little spark to go up. And obviously, arson. You get some sick people out there who think that starting fires is fun. And obviously it doesn't, it costs lives.